What is up, guys? Yandere Neko here for another Death Battle reaction, All Might vs. Might Guy. Now, as always, where I stand on both characters, Naruto, I've said this maybe 3-4 times by now. First anime I've ever watched, so it's always going to be sort of close to me. And for My Hero Academia, I hate that with a passion. For one, it would sort of started the whole soft boy protagonist trend where they just make the main character a wuss. Also, the writing, it was too, low stakes and childish for the first 3-4 seasons. Then it overcorrected and got too serious, like try-hard edgy, to the point that I just couldn't take it seriously. I'm sorry, but the whole Dark Deku arc is never not gonna be funny, because he's just not that guy. The second reason is it has the worst tourist problem I have seen out of any anime ever. It's all yaoi shippers, and it's all Twitter weirdos. That's the fandom. It's just cringe, you know? Well, let's start this episode.
Let's be real. Superheroes with super strength are like rabbits. They're everywhere.
But when a hero uses that strength to inspire others, they truly stand out from the crowd.
Like All Might, the symbol of peace from My Hero Academia.
And Might Guy, master of ninja combat and bushy brows from Naruto.
He's whizzing on.
No, it's actually funny. When because when this was first announced, everybody was scratching their head on why the hell this was not only a matchup, but a season finale matchup at that. Now, most people have changed their minds on that because they really like the animation and like analysis. I honestly think it's kind of meh. So, I understand the connections now, but I'm still sort of in the whole, why the hell is this a finale matchup boat? Like, I get it. MHA was the popular thing at the time. Season 3, just came out. Everybody loved All Might, but maybe it's just because I was always in that, My Hero Academia's trash boat? I don't know.
I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
I never really liked it, but the two is just, help
Imagine a world where
justify it.
superpowers are common. So-called quirks, which can be trained at distinguished academies and
Correction! Superpowers are, that's another thing I just didn't like about My Hero Academia. They frame it like, oh, everybody has a superpower, but some of these quirks are, useless, so having a quirk that's useful is more like being a professional athlete. Not everyone can do
superhero.
it, you know?
I know what you're thinking. If everyone's got a power, then no one is super, right? Except most quirks are really lame, like a balloon.
Something they actually, never mind, they actually brought it up.
Face or stretchy eyeballs. Ew.
Even then, there are some unlucky few who don't have any quirk at all. You may already know one of these quirkless, Izuku Midoriya. But before him, there came another.
I really
one
wish
who would
I
change
did it.
the world. His name is Toshinori Yagi.
He's
Toshinori
just such a
wasn't
lame
pushover,
name.
though. Even without a superpower, he wanted to become the symbol
This
of
Death Battle reaction's quickly gonna become a treatise on how much I hate my hero. I'm just calling it now.
peace. And thanks to pro hero Nana Shimura, he found a way.
Shimura's quirk had the unique ability to be directly passed on to a new user, and she saw something special in Toshinori, and so he became the next bearer of One for All.
An ultra-powerful quirk that let him become that symbol of peace with a never-ending smile on his face. All Might!
I am here!
Now a truly remarkable hero, All Might quickly rose through the local rankings. But fame wasn't the reward he sought. He legitimately just wanted to help people.
Yeah, just look at that big old grin. That's not just for show. He keeps his smile up to make sure the people around him feel safe. And with his powers, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
All Might can punch with enough force to change the
7-2,
weather, even
did
creating
not
a
know that.
massive storm once.
It's raining.
Holy crap. He changed the weather.
He can jump so high, people mistake him for
And
flying.
I know in the
You might say they're taking
finale, I
a
think
flying leap in
Decker had a
logic.
similar
But along
feat,
with
but I
super
don't
strength,
really,
One for All
keep
includes
up
powers
with
like
the
improved
anime,
durability,
so I wouldn't
stamina,
know.
and speed.
All Might has no problem taking
Well,
huge
manga,
hits
I
and
don't think
fighting
it's
Melody
anime
in the
yet.
blink of an eye.
And thanks to his training at UA High School, All Might molded his quirk into an incredible fighting style.
With moves named after the United States? I thought this dude was Japanese.
Well, it's likely a nod to how
Hey,
the US
hey.
essentially
Hey, George Washington once said, "Be the American the Japanese think you are." I don't think that's an actual quote from him, but I'm going with it anyway.
created the modern superhero, like Superman. America's got a sort of superhero monopoly going on.
Well, that, given current comic book sales, aged really poorly. Like, actually, no, even back then, like, comics were sort of dying out and manga was taking over, but that line aged poorly.
Had a quirk like that, I'd name my moves after food. California roll!
Oh my god, it worked!
Going for two. Lobster roll!
While
But
Anyway,
that's not
there's
a
ton of
lobster roll,
different
that's just
smashes in
a...
All Might's arsenal, covering all sorts of states
I'm
and
just not
cities,
gonna
from
get
Nebraska
into
to
the
Detroit to the
cutaways.
Carolinas.
They've
And most of their
always
names
been
actually
like
do
mid
describe
at
the results to a
best
certain
to
extent.
that
For example, his
horrible
Texas and Oklahoma smashes
worst.
both create variations of tornadoes.
And those two states are smack dab in the crossfire of real-life Tornado Alley. Coincidence? Probably not.
Of course, many of his attacks create targeted gusts of wind, but every smash does have its own unique form of delivery, such as how the Missouri smash is a karate chop, and the New Hampshire smash is a reverse attack meant to send All Might rocketing through the air.
But he's got one mega-sized move that goes beyond all that, or as he calls it, Plus Ultra, the United States of Smash!
Oh, right, they had a cutaway. The United States of Smash because of the copyright bot, so they actually had to edit a scene out. God. Dang, that was really a sudden jarring.
Yes, because
cut?
I'm proud to be an American, at least I know I'm free. Oh, God, I love that move.
But he's Japanese.
America!
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah!
United States of
Motherfucking
Smash!
smash,
Yeah.
yeah!
To determine the power of this epic blow,
One thing I'm actually kind of happy about, although I'm not sure if this was a point at a time, was they didn't bring up his quote-unquote fate manipulation, because most people really overhype it who don't understand how it works. My understanding is while it can help him win a losing battle, it's more or less as long as they're relative to each other. Like, he ain't beating Goku just because he can alter fate. It's like, the character still has to be within the same range. Although I'm not sure if the whole fate manipulation was like a confirmed power yet.
let's find the volume of the resulting
So maybe
whirlwind by
this is
comparing
like
its
a
size to the nearby buildings.
post-fact,
Applying the standard
I'm
height
glad
of 3
they
meters
didn't
per floor,
bring it
the
up.
whirlwind appears to be at least 2,200
I don't
meters
know.
tall, giving it a volume of over 10 billion cubic meters. To create a tornado that large, All Might's strike must have equaled a force of over 11,000 tons of TNT.
That's insane! He's got the power of an atomic bomb in his bare fist!
He's also fast enough to run down this stairway in less than half a second. A feat which, given the distance measured, means he can move 29 times faster than sound.
He's in the same league as the supervillain Gigantomachia, who blew up a mountain, and he punched this Nomu guy so hard he pulled a Team Rocket. Looks like Nomu's blasting off again!
With so much power, All Might remained the #1 hero for years. Unfortunately, success doesn't last forever.
Yeah, he got into a fight that was a bit bigger than even he could handle, and got injured pretty bad.
So bad, in fact, it became difficult for him to use his powers, and drastically limited his full...
Another talking point that was like sort of ailing whether it's gonna be like Prime All Might or beginning a series because of the
Strength.
injury.
But hey, don't worry, for Death Battle we look at each character's peak performance across their whole life.
Not that it would have changed much given 8 gates, but you know,
Fighting
it was
Nomu, All Might
a...
claimed that what he pulled off in 300 punches, he could have previously done with just 5.
Back in my heyday, 5 hits would have been enough to knock that guy out. But today it took more than 300 mighty blows.
Taken literally, this means All Might at his best was 60 times more powerful.
But even as a crippled old man, he held on to the #1 spot for a long time. Not because he was
I don't
taking
think
out
he's
more
that
bad guys than the
old.
competition,
It's like, what,
but because he was
mid-40s
just so
at most?
goddamn heroic.
At least until he could find a new successor with a smile on his face. A shining example of what it means to be a true hero. Just like...
Yeah, Chigai Masu. Deku's always... I'm sorry. Like, I know he gets better later on. People have told me that. But that whole, like, Season 1, Season 2 crybaby phase has just sort of ruined him for me. Like, I just can't take him seriously, you know? Oh, did they also have to cut that part as well? Because they just showed a
In
footstep and...
Konohagakure, the village hidden in the leaves,
Like, I knew they had to cut the United States of Smash Yo, but did they cut a Zinda clip?
Ninja trained to use the mysterious arts of ninjutsu and genjutsu.
It's basically ninja magic. Everything from shooting fireballs to messing with your brain.
But some ninja just aren't suited to these difficult techniques. During young Rock Lee's time at the academy, he feared his lacking in these arts meant he would never accomplish his dream of becoming a ninja.
And then he met the one, the only, the bushy Might Guy.
Hey, what's shaking? How you doing, everybody? Life treating you good?
Guy is one of the most respected and powerful ninja among the Hidden Leaf, but he certainly didn't start out that way.
Yeah, he and his dad could never really make all that ninja magic work for them, so they decided to focus on the one thing they were good at, punching people.
This is Taijutsu, or the ninja art of hand-to-hand combat. Dedicating himself to this form over all else, Guy soon became a master in the Taijutsu style Strong Fist.
Which translates to punching people really, really hard. It's a fighting style that is literally all about breaking bones. Yeah, I'll take that over.
I would not know that the Strong Fist style was for hitting people super hard. Thanks for pointing that out.
Ninja
I mean,
magic,
you know, the
thank
name
you.
sort of
That's not
told
to say
all,
Guy
but...
couldn't perform ninja magic. He's just not very skilled in it. At all.
Yeah, like a bunch of ninja can summon cool shit like tracking hounds or giant toads. Guy can summon a turtle. And that's about it.
But mastering the Strong Fist style is a testament to Guy's ability.
Only the toughest people in the world can use it at all. Otherwise, it's, super dangerous. That's the big thing with Guy's style. Because he's gotta make up for not having ninja magic, everything he does comes with a big risk. Especially his ultimate technique.
Right, Guy's father...
Guy is also perhaps one of the most overhyped people in Part 1 and early Part 2. Like, there's unironically fans that think the Pain Invasion would have gone differently if Guy was there. Like, not even with 8 gates, but like 6 gates. It's like, really? We sure about that? 6 gates versus Pain? Like, nah, it's It's ridiculous.
Might Dai was instrumental in helping him achieve the goal of
Yeah,
becoming
he's
a
one of the top twos of the
splendid ninja.
booze.
But he also taught him a skill which would prove to be both
But-
of their undoing. The 8 Gates.
Nah,
Wait,
some
wait, wait.
people
Someone
really,
named their kid might die?
overhype
What, are you just
how
pitching your bets for the
powerful he
future?
is.
I mean, Dai is dead.
Well, then I guess they called it.
The 8 Gates refer to the pathways within the human body which contain the flow of chakra, the life energy ninja use for their techniques.
And, you know, to live.
To simplify, by opening each gate, Guy essentially removes inhibitors on his body, greatly increasing his power, speed, and capabilities.
The first few gates
A
are
nice
kind of safe,
breakdown of
unlocking
all the
100% of
gates.
the body's ability. The second one even heals you a bit, but once you get past number 4, things start getting real messy.
At this point, Guy suffers horrible pain and severe muscle tearing. While the power increases
So he knows what it's like to be a gamer.
certainly worth the risk in a difficult fight, it's likely to put the user in the hospital afterward.
After opening
Using 8 gates is like being Ryan Gosling for 1 second.
the 6th gate, he can move so fast his punches ignite the air around him, meaning he
That
can
man
shoot
has
fireballs
suffered
from his
so
fists.
much.
That would be the
Like,
morning peacock technique. To ignite the hydrogen
What
in
is
the
in the
air, Guy
movies
must
he
be
does?
swinging at speeds more than 40,000 kilometers per hour. That's over 5 times faster than the X-15 rocket jet, the fastest airplane in the modern world.
And once he opens the 7th gate, he can perform Daytime Tiger, where he throws a giant tiger's face at you. Hell yeah! This beautiful beast is strong enough to blow up an island. Awesome.
While opening the 7th gate would prove fatal for most ninja, Guy is strong enough and skilled enough to wield it without such concern.
Technically, it's
However,
only the
when it
8th
comes to the
gate that's
final
a
gate,
guaranteed
there is
death.
no going back.
With the 8th gate of death, Guy's power explodes. His blood boils, evaporating from his body. Yeah, if you thought that was some Super Saiyan energy aura around him there, think again. It's his blood burning through his skin. Hardcore. Gross, but hardcore.
In this mode, Guy can perform the speedy evening elephant technique, but his most impressive ability is, without a doubt, Night Guy.
Okay, Might Guy, Might Die, and Night Guy? Who's coming up with this shit?
This attack was powerful enough to decimate Madara, one of the deadliest villains in the Naruto universe.
Madara could take on Naruto, who had enough chakra to blow a hole through the moon. Sure, Night Guy's still not as powerful as Naruto once the kid goes all gold and glowy, but it's definitely above Jiraiya's big ball Rasengan carving up a mountain, or Obito raising up a giant tree like a crazy reverse lumberjack.
Well, that's quite a big range between cutting a moon in half and curving up a mountain, you know. Only somewhere in between those two.
Despite all this risk, Guy proved himself an equal to some of the greatest ninja of the Hidden Leaf, including his longtime rival Kakashi, who was fast enough to catch lightning from a distance. Measuring the space Kakashi had to cover here and the speed of lightning itself, he must have moved over 700,000 meters per second, more than 2,000 times faster than sound.
But in the end, even though he knew the 8th gate meant the ultimate sacrifice, he did it anyway like a boss to protect his friends. He did get lucky though, cause Ninja Jesus showed up to keep him alive. Good timing. No wonder he's always got a smile on his
Pretty
face.
sure
But
Ninja
handicapped from
Jesus
then
might
on,
be
Guy's days of
sacrilege,
combat
but-
were finally
Yeah.
over. At least for the time being. Still, even if this was to be his last mission, Guy had already found a worthy successor. A shining example of what it means to be a splendid ninja, just like himself.
Now that's a very more accurate portrayal of the prodigy.
Alright, the combatants
That was
are
like
set.
the whole connection, you know. Powerful, like, striking heroes who find some young, optimistic guy that's just like them to be a successor. Like, it's an alright connection, but, oh, wait, did I just call Leah Prodigy? Protege. Shit, I'm mixing up my words here.
And we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, you can get a superhero for yourself to protect your computer and online data, and it's called ExpressVPN.
Well, I'm not
For another-
sponsored, so just skip that.
Don't worry. I am here.
Kinda weird to just say that when no one's in
The
danger.
amazing
Like, is that just a greeting?
costume, those bursting muscles, that magnificent hair. You must be a worthy opponent for an arm wrestling
Well,
contest.
Guy is pretty in chaos, dude.
I accept your challenge.
No, still feel pretty iffy about the
I
character
can't lose.
models.
I have the power of youth on my
Like, they're
side.
pretty
You're
alright, but...
inspiring, but no one can defeat the symbol
Ah.
of peace.
Maybe it's just like the shading or textures of them,
Incredible. Let's take this up a notch.
but I don't
Your
know.
best shot. I won't hold back. That's a promise. Dynamic entry.
Nice trick. My turn. Texas. You can take a hit well, but what are you really made of?
So they just decide to destroy a city park over an arm wrestling match. Are you sure these guys aren't the villains of the story? And we also get to see All Might have no hands whatsoever. Although I don't think the whole breakdance fighting
But I'll show
thing,
you exactly how.
I don't think the whole breakdancing fight thing Guy was doing back there was, ever in Naruto,
hard
but,
I've worked.
yeah.
Sixth gate of joy. Open.
I don't know, I would have had it be more Muay Thai focus, you know, get some knees, elbows.
New Hampshire!
Seventh gate. Open. Date.
And they reference the Saitama move. Even though, like, 7th and 8th Gate Sky is well above his. Like, I get the reference, it just doesn't work, given how they ranked both of them.
We're a hero.
You know?
Me! Ah, screw it. You wanted my best? Here it is! United States of Smash!
That move is not supposed to be done in midair, it's supposed to be smashing them into the
Give
ground,
up.
but.
Eighth gate of death. Open.
Still more? Bring it on! Shine! Go beyond!
And the final clash, let's go. See, that's how it's supposed to be done. You're taking the full force of your hit and slamming them into the ground.
Good fight. Let's do it again.
KO!
Okay. Do I think it's the absolute banger people make it out to be? Is it still a really fun episode? Yeah, I'll agree to that. It's still
Looks like
fun.
All Might might not
But
be
I see like
all
some
right.
people
Well,
get
All
to
Might
get
was an
9 out
incredibly
of
powerful
10.
and inspiring
10
hero.
out of 10.
But then
Like,
again, the same
it
could be
ain't
said for
that
Guy.
great, but
All
no,
Might was
it's fun,
super strong with
enjoyable.
plenty of good training. Without
Mostly
his gates,
wondered
Guy
why I
wouldn't have stood
haven't
a
watched
chance.
it more,
Right,
but
keep in mind that each of All Might's feats we covered were performed while he was in an injured state. So for this comparison, we multiplied each result by 60 as per All Might's own estimation of his power.
For example, remember how he was similar to Gigantomachia, who busted a hole through a freaking mountain?
By scaling the mountain to the pine trees beneath it, it's easy to deduce the blast necessary for this would be about 2.5 gigatons of TNT.
With the multiplier, that would be 150 gigatons in All Might's prime. That's 3,000 times stronger than the biggest nuke that's ever been set off.
But here's the thing, even with the multiplier, we know Guy was faster. And while they've both learned to fight a wide variety of opponents, Guy was trained all his life, and boasted a more versatile set of abilities and techniques.
So with that much speed and skill, Guy already had a pretty good advantage, so long as he could hit All Might harder than All Might could hit him. So to answer that, let's check their strongest attacks.
All Might's greatest known feat would be the moment his smash created a massive storm, one that extended beyond the horizon. By taking the
it's
average
actually fitting, sort of ironically, because, you know, he's supposed to be at like the top of the decline, because his power's declining as the story progresses. So, you know, it's actually fitting that his strongest blow we see is at the beginning of the series. Not sure if that's intentional or
mass of
not.
a thunderstorm,
But if it
which
is,
huge, and the 10 seconds
shoot,
it took
I
for
did
All
not
Might Smash
give
to
My
create it,
Hero
this comes
enough
out to a
credit.
little over 24
You know?
gigatons of TNT. In his prime, this
Still
punch
think
would
it's
equal
pretty
over
bad because,
1,440
don't like the main
gigatons.
character, lots of
28,000
tourists.
times stronger than the biggest nuke for
Yeah.
just one punch. Holy hell!
Unfortunately, it's impossible to lock down a specific number in this way for Guy's strongest attack, Night Guy. However, we can scale him to similar characters we know to be at lesser levels. In this case, base form Naruto.
God damn, we can never get away from this little twerp, can we?
Well, Night Guy did serious damage to Madara,
This
whom
was
Naruto's
only like
normal
the
abilities stood no
second or
chance
third
against.
time you
Obviously,
actually
Naruto gains a
mentioned
lot
him
more power when he
canonically,
accesses Sage
so-
Mode, Kurama's Chakra, Six Paths powers, etc. But Night
Like,
Guy is
that's the thing. Like, this was season 6 finale, so y'all would have mentioned Goku way more than Naruto by this point.
certainly more
No.
powerful than Naruto's base form at the end of the series.
You know that hole in the moon we mentioned? That was made by pulling all of Naruto's base chakra out of his body and blowing it up. And I mean all of it.
Most of his chakra has been siphoned off.
We've actually covered this before, and that blast was 480 petatons of TNT. What's a petaton, you ask? Well, it's a whole lot bigger than a gigaton, that's for sure.
Simply put, the gap in power put Guy several leagues above All Might. Also, Guy's superior speed
So,
ensured All Might
it
couldn't
was a
avoid such a
stunt.
blow when it really mattered.
Like, you know, in a fight to the death. And yeah, Guy using the 8th gate means he'll die later, but he still won the battle before that would happen. And that's still a victory.
All Might was remarkably powerful and certainly a challenge for Guy. But with his gates opened, Guy had the speed, versatility, and power to take him out for good.
It was a mighty tough battle for all, but All Might wasn't a match for one powerful guy.
The winner is Might Guy.
Okay, still a really fun episode. Think it's a bit overrated in the community, but still enjoyable. If you thought I had anything interesting to say, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time.